and welcome to the Fork Monarchs preview show. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harley, as we look ahead to a big Jubilee League weekend. It's first up Friday night, 7:30 tapes up, and it's the Glasgow Tigers in town. We hear from both camps. We'll hear from Thomson of the Monarchs, Cami Brown, team manager of the Tigers, and as always, we'll dive into Mike Hunter's bag of tricks. And this week, he's pulled out heat number 1 from the 8th of October 2010 for us, Dave. Dave, it's maybe not the pressure of the league, but everyone always gets up for a derby, and that's the case this weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, maybe any other team in the league, you might be taking it nice and easy for a wee summer trophy type thing, but no, after any match against the Tigers is always has an extra edge to it, and the way the results have gone in the 4 matches already this season, there's a real sort of battle between the two clubs, and you never know, they could end up meeting for a 4th time in the playoffs at some stage as well. So yeah, no, it's be a cracking night on Friday night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, as Dave says, all to race for, and of course it is the Jubilee League, so it's a shorter term sort of mini round robin cup competition. Obviously Edinburgh won both home and away against Berwick last week, so they've put themselves in a reasonably strong position, Dave, in that the Monarchs know that if they can take 3 points on Friday night and send Glasgow away with nothing, Glasgow need to go to Berwick and take a minimum of 3 points, or it's the Monarchs' name that's in the hat, and Sunday becomes a case of wheelies and cigars.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic win at Shield Field on Saturday, you know, to come from 10 points behind with 5 races to go to win by 2. We know we're strong in that period of the match, and
yeah,
I think there's no secret, everybody's aware of that these days, but yeah, to get over the line with a win with a couple of really crucial points from James Sargent in 12 and 14, it's shown that we're becoming more of an all-round team and not just purely dependent on the top 2. So another chance to build on that on Friday night. Paco was talking last week about how he tried something else out, and that obviously worked last Friday. So yeah, we're looking for the same again from Paco and us to go with a big win Friday night, and yeah, it'd be nice to go into Sunday already winning the section, but sure Glasgow have something to say about that.
Of course, yeah. A lot of laps to be done before this group's decided, Dave. And as we sit here on Tuesday night recording this, we know that Glasgow will be at least 2 men down on Friday night. Edinburgh still a couple of question marks. Thankfully, none of it at the minute is injury related. Of course, this week sees the Speedway of Nations. Crazy decision, I think it is, that only the final appears to be on Eurosport, but that's a different discussion for a different day. And as it stands, from the Monarchs, you know, Paco and Lassie both involved in the semi-finals. If either or both of Italy and Norway make the final, then we will be missing either of those, and I guess we'll look at replacements or rider replacement then. For Glasgow, they already know that Ben Basso and Tom Brennan miss out. Friday night sees the SGP2, which is the under-21 Speedway Nations final. So Tom Brennan representing the UK and Benjamin Basso representing Denmark in that. And a potential for Brock Nicol, who's in the USA team. If USA were to make the final, then Brock Nicol could be missing. So, you know, could be one of those nights to have a spare pen in your pocket on Friday night, Dave. Could be some changes late onto the programme. But as it stands, Glasgow are going to run rider replacement for Basso. He's second in their averages, so that allows everyone an extra ride, and they have moved up to number 2 in the team. It's Cami Brown, who we'll speak to in a bit, does enjoy a wee tinker with his lineups, and it's Aaron Summers that comes in for Tom Brennan. So on paper, I'm not going to say either of those strengthen Glasgow in any way. Actually, Dave, we've seen how good Brennan can be with the form he's in just now. I think was it 13 or something he got, for maybe even more, for Bellevue on Monday night there and in the Premiership. Ben Basso we've seen win heats and hit double figures at Armadale as well. So rider replacement puts that pressure on everyone else. You know, as soon as you're down a man, you can't really afford anyone else to have an off night. And Spud Summers, he's made a very good return to the sport, but on his night very capable. But I'm not sure he's any better than Tom Brennan. So Glasgow maybe be cursing their luck a little bit, just the way the fixtures fell for this one.
Yeah, you always want to have your own team of riders and everything, so it's less than perfect. But obviously, it's a fantastic opportunity for all these guys competing at the top level of our own speedway, and it's great to see Lassie get the opportunity this afternoon with the late change in Norway, going into that one of those semi-finals, and hopefully both our men come through and we have a great night and maybe just finish 1 point in 4th place to ensure they're okay to be at Armadale on Friday from a selfish perspective. But yeah, hope they do well. But for Glasgow, I kind of agree with you. I don't think it's maybe marginally weakens them because it's not their own team and you never quite know what's going to happen with Ryder replacement. You'll probably find that Craig Cook will end up in Heat 8 against Lassie, and so that'll be a new challenge for the Heat 8 boys. But on the flip side of it, we know last time we went to Glasgow, we were short of our 2 top men, and we managed to pull off a fantastic result that got us through to the next round of the Cup. So got to make a mention of that there, really.
No, I was more laughing at it's the semblance of time, and the result over the 2 legs was fantastic. But we did go there with Sam and Josh and get turned over by 16 on the day or something, didn't we? So if you're offering me a reverse of that on Friday night and 54-38, that couldn't have been the score. Was it 54-36? Was that the score on the day? 53-37. You want to offer me that for the Monarchs right now? I'm sure we'd both agree and move on quite happily.
Definitely. And again, it is back to the 49-41 that's happened this week because, again, with that Berwick, Glasgow still got 3 fixtures left, and a point could help them if they were to draw at Sheffield. We know we've got the pressure on them to go and win there, but they did win there in the league, and we know Berwick have been struggling at home and got a couple of challenges right now. But we can only take care of ourselves, which is go Friday night, win by more than 6, then look to go on Sunday, and whatever we need to do, we can try and take care of it then.
But that's it. It's theoretically in both teams' hands just now, isn't it? Glasgow know that 7 points over the weekend, kind of regardless of how they come, we'll see them through. The Monarchs know that 5 points over the weekend, regardless again of how they come, would see them through. So both teams, know what's happening, and I guess the benefit will be come Sunday, 3 o'clock tapes up at Ashfield, all being well with the weather, Friday, Saturday. Again, it'll be potentially a 15 heat shootout. Potentially the Monarchs could be through by then, but we'll see what happens as it comes. And we touched on it from the Monarchs' point of view. You mentioned Paco. He certainly picked up his form last week. Another man who would have been very happy with his Friday night's work and maybe not so happy with Saturday night, albeit it finished on a high, was Kai Thomson, and I caught up with him in the pits at Sheffield after that on Saturday. So Kai, it's a tough night at Berwick, but the boys all stuck together, and maybe the guys, like yourself, having machine troubles early, but got there in the end.
Yeah, had a bike malfunction in the first one, but that's sort of no excuse. I was at the back as it was, and I just couldn't quite get into things, and I don't know, I just didn't have a good feeling, and it was mainly at the start. I was losing the whole race in the first corner in the start, and I was just in a bad position every time, and it was finally realised what the problem was for my gating, and we pulled it, made the change, and I was able to make a great gate from gate 4 and finish on a win, and that's what I really needed.
It must give the rest of the guys so much confidence, so that knowing even if you're struggling yourself, when you've got Sam and Josh out there winning races, the team's now out of it, and if you can turn it around later, then a result's waiting.
Yeah, that's right. Them boys, they did unreal tonight, and it just shows you that I can go out there and do the same thing, and I needed to do it in the last one, and I'm glad I did.
And that's 6 points over 2 nights in the Jubilee League. Puts a marker down. Obviously Glasgow next weekend finishes it, but I guess puts the pressure on them a little bit, because they now know that if we win at Armadale on Friday, they need to come here and get 4 points, or it's the Monarchs are in the driving seat to make the final.
Yeah, that's right. This weekend's been really good for us, and we're a big threat of winning it. So they hopefully they might crumble under the pressure,
And the season's ticking along nicely. No one's maybe really talking about the Monarchs, but we're probably 1 home win away from the playoffs. We're in the KO Cup semi-final. We've put ourselves in a decent position now in the Jubilee League. And still a chance for this to be a very, very big year.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this will give us all confidence. Like we finally got a couple of weeks of having a full team back, and we're slowly getting better. And I think we can snap at the end of this season and maybe do some damage in the playoffs.
And then overall, happy enough for your own form. We've seen 8 at Leicester, a team to a good point there. A Heat 15 nomination, home at Berwick there. So all in all, must be pretty happy with how things are going.
Yeah, I was happy to turn things around at Leicester. It's not my sort of track, and yeah, I was able to beat the Demons there. So yeah, it was good. Last night had 9+1 from 4, but yeah, every time I've seemed to make heat 15, my luck's not really gone well there, and in heat 15 at Armadale, but we'll slowly get there one day.
And you mentioned the pressure off a derby. You're kind of 2 seasons into it now. Must be matches you enjoy, particularly I guess knowing you're going to Ashfield next Sunday, a track that potentially is even your best track in the league, probably even better than Armadale.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love the atmosphere there, and yeah, when you can win races on that track, it's a good feeling, and yeah, it's I love it.
Cheers, Kai Thomson there, Dave. He'll be looking to carry on that Friday night format this weekend, and as I mentioned to him there, if I then sort of look a little bit ahead to Sunday, Ashfield probably, although he won't have great memories of how his last time out there finished, probably though he's maybe even his best track in the country.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it was a big off he had there last time, which does bring different things in. But I guess if you're a rider, you want to go back and get a couple of laps in and just get that out of there and win a race, and you soon forget anything that wasn't so good. But yeah, I mean, we've been there twice this year. Once, as you say, lost by the sort of 14, 15, and the other time we only lost by 2. So
yeah. So
we know we've got guys that are capable. Sam and Josh capable of going anywhere and scoring big points. Means the new averages are out today, and Sam Masters dropped an unbelievable 10.6. Shows what a phenomenal season he's having. And yeah, so we know regardless of what else happens, we'll be in it right to heat 15 on Sunday. But that only works if we take care of business Friday night and make sure we go over the line with the win on Friday night.
Yep, and of course, the men looking to stop us from doing that is the Glasgow Tigers. Their team boss is Cami Brown, and I spoke to him a little earlier in the week as well. Did Armadale on Friday, 3rd time already this season. Probably feels like you're never away, but maybe I'm not going to say pressure, that's the wrong word, but the Monarchs results last weekend probably sort of just clarifies exactly what the Tigers need. It's probably 4 away points and a home win on Sunday, and then it's a final at Sheffield later in the season.
I think it'll be a bit more difficult than that, Graham. I think I've been watching Edinburgh a couple of times recently, and you're beginning to get a bit of good form, especially at Armadale. So it'll be a real stern test on Friday for my team. And Sunday, you've showed us the last time you were through, not for the cup, not the second leg of the cup, but the league match. I mean, there was only 2 points in it. At Ashfield, following a quite convincing win that we had at Armadale a couple of days before. So we're not counting any chickens. It's going to be really difficult on Friday, and as per normal, we'll be in for a super hard match. I mean, Edinburgh are starting to go really well, as I said, and Masters and Pickering are absolutely flying at the moment. So there'll be a big challenger. Guys will really need to be at their best to come away with anything on Friday night. I have no doubts about that.
Yep, and obviously the Tigers as a 1-7. I've had a little bit of a break for a couple of weeks, but obviously a few of the guys have been riding in. Maybe clicking back into form. There were still wins, but there was maybe a lot, particularly at Ashfield, there was a couple of matches that were probably closer than the Tigers team would have liked. But the last few weeks at home, you've been making it your own again and still picking up points on the road. So probably like the Monarchs, as you said there, the season is still ticking over the way everyone would have hoped for.
Definitely, our home form recently has been sensational the last 4 matches at home. We had a big win against Berwick, and Berwick had a bit of bad luck, and they weren't the strongest Berwick team that have ever come. But the 3 matches before that, Redcar, Leicester, we had 2 very good sides, and we had really strong home wins against them. And we're getting used to we've got a few new riders in our team this year as well, and it's taken Ben a little while and Daniel a little while to get used to the track, and they're now completely dialed in, and it's making such a difference. Ulrich's starting to give us a bit of form like we knew he would eventually as well after these heavy injuries. So home form's good. Away form is good, and at certain times we were disappointed at Poole. We didn't get anything. We should have perhaps got a point at Poole, and we had a convincing win at Birmingham recently. So we're in the mix, Graham. But Friday night's going to be a very, very difficult match. We won't have our full team on Friday night, as a couple of the boys are away on the Speedway of Nations thing. So we'll be a slightly different Glasgow team on Friday night, but I'm sure we'll still go with a strong team and give Edinburgh a fair old match.
Yeah, and how do you, as team manager, view kind of the Jubilee League? Is it one where you've got a little bit extra work to do to G the guys up because they think, oh, it's not the league, I can test. I know I spoke to a few of the Monarchs and they kind of said every match is still there to be won, but the Berwick match last week, a few of them thought, I can maybe try something different with the bike, or the professionalism that runs through Glasgow. It's another match. It doesn't matter if it's Spring Trophy, League Cup, KO Cup, League.
Yeah, truth be told, I think when the fixtures came out, we maybe thought of the Jubilee Cup along those lines, and then when it got closer to it, and we came to the first match, it just clicked back in as a normal meeting for us. I don't think we're ever going to turn up and not give it 100%. I mean, I wouldn't, as team manager, I certainly wouldn't like that. And I know Peter and Jerry would hate if the Raiders turned up and didn't give it 100%. So. They may well try a few different things, granted, but I still think we're going to take the competition seriously. We are taking it seriously. As I say, slightly disappointed we don't have a full team to go to Armadale on Friday night, but we'll have a full team on Sunday for the return match, and we should have a full team on Saturday for Berwick away in between the two matches. So it's a hectic weekend for the boys. But the team we take to Armadale on Friday will still be a very strong team. Hopefully, we can give Edinburgh a very close match. But, under no illusions for us, it's going to be extremely difficult, as it always is at Armadale. But we've got some riders that can ride there if they're in form. So it's just hopefully turn up in the night and then seeing if we can keep it close and trying to get some points.
Yep. And you mentioned hectic weekend, but I don't know about you, but I kind of love weekends like that when it's all local teams. You're not spending hours in the car or in the van. There'll be a big Tigers turnout on the third bend on Friday and a big turnout. I assume it's the back straight. They congregate at Berwick like most away fans do, and that really does G the boys on even more as well.
Definitely, and with Edinburgh winning at Berwick on, the other day, we've really got to look at trying to get something down at Berwick as well, regardless of what happens on Friday night at Armadale. So that's the target, and that's what we're going to try and do. But I love these weekends as well, Graham, and the boys do as well. And having the team together 3 nights in a row, it's good. It's great because you get to really enjoy it again, rather than having a gap of a week or more than that between fixtures. So let's hope that weather holds for next weekend and we get all the fixtures done. And at the end of the weekend, we can see who's through to the Sheffield and start planning for that. Whoever team's through. We're not assuming it's going to be us, but we're going to be trying desperately hard to make sure it is Glasgow.
Cami quite maybe downplaying the Tigers' chances would maybe be the wrong way of putting it. Dave is, he's maybe going for that kind of reverse psychology bit there and talking up the Monarchs' form and the Monarchs' home form and how big a challenge it's going to be and how they're missing guys. But they're third in the league, going for second for a reason. They won very comfortably with their home form recently, as we spoke about. The Cami there has been absolutely electric the last few weeks, and as you said, they won at Berwick early in the season, so they know what they need at the weekend. As I kind of said, the first question, and I didn't mean it in a way of it being an easy task, but he knows the task for the Tigers this weekend is 7 points. That's their target. They'll be looking to go out and do it.
Yeah, and they're going to be in the playoffs, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They're still vying for second place. We saw Leicester confirmed top last weekend, but and everybody at this period, whatever we're doing just now, it's nice to go and do well in this trophy, but we're all building towards the playoffs and everything about that. And we know it's the thing they've been striving for years with the all investment that's gone in. They really want that title, and they need to keep building from there. And they're certainly no mugs. I mean, they took 65 off Berwick last week, which means that unless we were to have some real bizarre score on Friday, that if it comes down to points difference, it will probably go Glasgow's way. So they're certainly a great shout to get through this competition. They'll be thinking, he never said it in the interview, but they'll be thinking they can come in Armadale and win on Friday night, even with the situation it has been. And back to the thing I'd repeat again. Stranger things have happened. They win at Armadale on Friday, we go to Ashfield and win on Sunday and still get through. So
and that's the thing as well. Again, I didn't really touch on it. I touched on it sort of briefly on how they view the Jubilee League, but they'll kind of remember who put them out the Keel Cup. You mentioned it earlier on in the season. It's not just a shootout between Edinburgh and Glasgow this time. Glasgow need to go to Berwick and do the job on Saturday, but they won't want to be going into August with just the week to concentrate on, and knowing that they're good friends. A little bit along them is the ones that have kind of put the nail in their coffin in 2 cup competitions. As you mentioned, with playoffs still to come and bigger fixtures ahead. But, these are things no teams want. So it's a big weekend for both teams, Dave, and big weekend for both. Scottish Derby forecast looks set fair. That always means one thing. And great to say we'll have a nice big crowd on Friday and Sunday. Tickets are available now, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. Tickets, buy tickets, whatever the link is, it's on there. Word tickets all over the place on that website. You can't miss it. Click on, get your tickets now, save yourself a couple of quid on the price in the door. Although, in saying that, if you're not sure if you can make it and you have to make a late decision, you can still pay at the gate on Friday night. Gates open 6:30 for 7:30 tapes up. And beyond all that, if you just can't make it across to Armadale at all, then the match is available to live stream. edinburghmonarchs.co.uk, EMTV is the link on there. Pick up your stream and spend the night in the comfort of your home, although nothing beats being trackside, Dave, particularly on a derby.
No, it's fantastic. I'm gutted I'm missing this weekend, but yeah, I'm hoping to be at Ashfield on Sunday. Should it be crucial? And big Scottish Derby weekend, and Speedway the top level and beautiful sunshine. Hopefully, can beat it.
That's it. You're gonna beat it. So we look forward to that. I forgot you were missing, Dave. You've got some other matter of unimportance that's compared to a Scottish Derby Speedway meeting. Tut. But I'm sure you'll be keeping an eye on the updates of the stream throughout and cheering the boys on. Hopefully not at any inopportune times.
No, definitely. No, and it's crucial. I mean, we've tinkered with the team a wee bit, switching the 2 reserves. So
yeah,
who knows what that'll bring? And I mean, both teams are expected back to full Glasgow's full 1 to 7 on Sunday as well. And it's brilliant. That's what this tournament's been brought in for. A little bit extra spice, another Scottish Derby in the calendar.
That's it. Forget that inconsequential Speedway Nations guff going on in Denmark. This is what matters in World Speedway this weekend, Dave. It's Edinburgh, it's Glasgow, it's a big one. And if you want your appetite whetted even more, as always, we'll now dip into Mike Hunter's blast from the past. As I said, we're going back to Heat 1, 8th of October 2010.
The second leg of the Scottish Cup, Tigers versus Monarchs. It's John Branney, Mathew Wethers, Travis McGowan and Ryan Fisher. Fisher, I think, skated well from the outside and he's gone to the front. Wethers tracking McGowan, almost coming up inside him there. And here comes Wethers again on that inside line, and he's putting McGowan under tremendous pressure. He's gone through, I think, but McGowan might come back. You move out very slightly, then you get that little bit extra drive. That time though, how's it going to go? What a battle this is for second. Wethers is through this time. McGowan trying the same move to come back, but it wasn't good enough. And it's an immense ride by Wethers to get into second spot there. That's just the kind of start Monarchs needed with a 16-point deficit. They've taken a 5-1 over the top average Tigers man in great style, with Mathew Wethers working so hard and getting a great overtake there. Gradually his tactics paid off. Terrific stuff.
A fair wee table setter for the evening ahead, that one was back then, Dave, and more of the same on Friday. That's what everyone's looking for. And of course, as I've mentioned already, tickets available now, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk to get those, or EMTV on that Edinburgh Monarchs website if you want to pick up your stream link. Normally at this point, Dave, I'd fire it over to you and tell everyone to remind them that it's Speedway night. Friday night is Speedway night. See you there. You're going to be somewhere else. So until myself and another is back with a Friday Focus, as always, thanks for watching and goodbye.